everyone, this is the Dark Knight Games here, and today, well, actually, I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I ran out of time. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about my opinion on the Snyder Cut. Now, I don't really do movie reviews most of the time, but I just felt like this was just something that warranted my attention, as a huge DC fan, so, yeah. I thought the movie was good. Definitely had some points that were kinda, you know. There are one or two scenes that looked like they were in the last one, but I really enjoyed the movie, and especially in the last fight, right? In the last sequence, everyone actually had something to do. Like, Batman wasn't really given much more action scenes in this movie, but it didn't feel like he needed them, because his job was kind of to take down the parademons so Wonder Woman and Aquaman could fight Steppenwolf. And, of course, Flash was creating an energy barrier, just in case they failed to contain the blast, as Cyborg was separating the mother boxes. I felt like the final fight was, well, really, well planned, and I just enjoyed that. Especially that slow-mo scene where they were all going into battle. Of course, I wish Batman wasn't in the Batmobile for that, but, beggars can't be choosers. Plus, it makes sense. He's a normal man, and we saw the parademons, kinda beat him up a little bit in his first fight with them. So yeah, I could see why he's using all his weapons. When he hijacked that turret, that was cool. But enough of Batman. Wonder Woman really got some action here in this movie, more than in the Whedon cut. In the Whedon cut, it was just like, oh, she gets beat up, then Aquaman gets beat up too, and Superman just comes in and finishes the job. It's kind of the same, not that entire thing. I mean, the point where Superman shows up and kind of helps them out, that's the same, but you could you could tell that the Justice League really could have taken out Steppenwolf without Superman. They didn't really need him, I guess. Of course, it would have taken a little bit longer, but at that point, they were already, working together. I think it was just, the fact that the guy they resurrected actually came back and helped them. That's what really motivated them to start giving Steppenwolf, his just due. And speaking of Steppenwolf, they did give him some good motivations. I thought it was funny. Every time they zoomed in on his face, they gave him these eyes that, puppy dog eyes, I guess. It was kind of awkward, but then again, it made him feel human in a way that last movie, the Whedon cut, didn't. And I don't mean last movie as in their canon, I mean last movie as in that's the first cut of Justice League that we saw, which really sucked. And I was disappointed with that as a DC fan. I remember going into the theater and just seeing that no one was there. There was only one guy that was there. One guy. No one else was in the theater, and it was just so sad, because I was like, oh man, this movie's gotta be good. No, wait, it's kind of sucking. Maybe in the last part, oh, never mind, this movie sucks. And it just made me feel so bad, knowing that this was what they did to the Justice League. So when I heard about Zack Snyder's vision, I was like, that's not really gonna change anything, is it? I mean, we saw Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, both of those movies are, controversial. But this movie, man, this movie was good. It was, nothing we've ever seen before. And I'm actually glad we didn't see it in theaters, because when you really think about it, intellectually think about this, it's 4 hours long. They really wouldn't have made a bunch of ticket sales from this movie if it went in theaters. You know what I'm saying? And while that is kind of sad, I think the streaming service was the best choice for this. And Zack's vision, I don't mean that it's not good. It is great, in my opinion. Dude had it all planned out. And he didn't just want to copy-paste the Marvel Avengers formula, which, I watched Avengers, and I'm gonna say, I kind of, I'm not talking about Endgame or Infinity War, but me, I somewhat prefer this as a first outing compared to the first Avengers movie. That's not to say, the first Avengers movie wasn't good. No, no, no. I'm not gonna trash Marvel. No, I'm not. just like that. I love Marvel, okay? But, um, I, I've always kind of had this thing for DC movies, I guess. So sometimes I just prefer that sort of dark action, like the fact that it's rated R. I just like that type of action, that brutal action, especially when Batman just goes on, breaks people's legs, like the warehouse scene and Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice. I'm just like, not that I'm not a Marvel guy, I totally am, but when it comes to storylines, sometimes I'll prefer DC. But movie-wise, yeah, I much prefer. I guess like I wish we got this movie. Like I know it probably wouldn't have been treated well by critics, and well, actually, probably treated well by critics. But the problem would have been it would be treated badly by the general audience, the fans. Critics would have probably thought, oh, hey, this is like a good movie, like something you could enjoy. But the fans would be divided. Like, you would have people on the internet going, oh, this movie sucks, it's too drawn out. And you had people saying, this movie's amazing, like we have now. I choose to look at the positive of this development. Like, I think it's great that we could have a movie, and I just enjoyed it thoroughly. I think that Superman was given more justice. Like, he did come in and sort of destroy Steppenwolf. Well, he did. But when they had that, by the way, this is more when we're entering spoilers, I guess. When they had that scene, when Superman was getting ready to go battle Steppenwolf and join the rest of the team, and he finally donned the black suit that we all were waiting for, they had his father, his Earth father, Pa Kent, and Jor-El both talking to him, and it was just, like, symbolic. And it was perfect. I already talked about Wonder Woman. I feel like she was given much more justice, but her role was kind of the same, just like Batman. They were really just given more justice as in, like, presentation. Their role was kind of unchanged. Wonder Woman, I mean, like, she did much more, okay? She's a drastic improvement. So, you guys are here for some more Wonder Woman action. You'll definitely be satisfied. Batman, well, like I said, he's kind of the tech guy in this movie, right beside Cyborg, because they're trying to engineer a lot of technology to fight Steppenwolf, including the Flying Fox, how they're trying to figure out how to make it work so that they could transport the team. But specifically, Wonder Woman and Batman really don't have much change, but Wonder Woman, definitely more action. Now, when it comes to, I guess, Cyborg, I hear a lot of people say he was given more justice in this movie. I'm not exactly sure. Like, I loved his arc. I feel like it was much more emotional, but I do feel like it could have been done better. But he was definitely given his just due in this movie. And Ray Fisher does kind of have a right to be mad. Like, they did not do his character his just due at all. And it was just kind of sad. Sad that Zack Snyder's vision for this entire thing didn't happen, because I'm not just, oh, I love Zack Snyder. No. Like, Batman vs. Superman, I thought it was, well, I'm a huge DC fan, so I actually watched it more times than I can count. But Man of Steel, I felt like that was just fast-paced, I guess. So I enjoyed it, but it could have been better. So, like, I'm not pro Zack Snyder or anything. I just want you guys to know that. But, like, in general, I guess I'm just disappointed that this entire film series is just over. They are like, hashtag release the Snyder-Cut. Well, Snyder had a vision. And it's not really, like, this movie has cliffhangers for sequels that we're probably never going to see. And I want to see that. I want to go to an alternate universe or timeline where his movie got released. Because I want to see more sequels set up. Like, I want to watch them. I don't like this crummy DC movie slate we have. right now. Like, I want to see the Batman. I'm glad that exists, but, like, Wonder Woman 84? Really? I know Zack Snyder had nothing to do with that one, but, like, they, they don't even have a Justice League 2, really. Like, hold on. Let's see. Justice League 2. Yep. Let's see. This movie was scheduled for June 14th, 2019. Yeah, it's not happening right now. I don't think it's ever going to happen. They're going for this whole multiverse standalone perspective sort of thing, but it's like, if he just let this dude have his vision and didn't edit it out and didn't, like, fire him, replace him with Joss Whedon, the guy who made Avengers, which I know I said, like, I prefer this movie as the first team up movie. That's just because I love the general action in this movie more than I did in Avengers, but Avengers was good. Anyway, the guy who made that one, it just baffles me. Why would you do that? What is wrong with you people? DC is not Marvel. Marvel is not DC. You shouldn't have these two properties try to copy off of each other. I know Thanos is literally a copy of Darkseid, and Solomon Grundy is a copy of the Hulk, basically. But you guys get the idea. It's just not right. It never was. So overall, for this movie, I say we really should have gotten a Justice League 2. And I heard rumors that HBO Max is interested in expanding on Zack Snyder's universe. So let's pray that Justice League 2 maybe happens on the streaming service one day in like the next 10 years, 5 years. If not, I just want to say this movie did this team more justice than what we got in 2017. That's why it's called the Justice League. This is the real Justice League. Forget that movie being... Like, that movie shouldn't even be called Justice League. That should be called Super People. It's not cool, man. It's just... That movie shouldn't exist. This movie should have been the one we got it from the beginning. I can't say that enough. You know? I loved it. Cyborg got more justice in this movie. Wonder Woman got more action. Batman actually made more sense. Superman had more reasons as to why he, I guess, wanted to help them. Like, he had justification as to why he didn't just leave them behind. He was like, they brought me back for a reason. And then you had Flash, which kind of the same character we have in the first one. Well, Joss Whedon's version, but he's presented way better. Aquaman. Aquaman's kind of the guy that's like, why should I be here? Or at least I could have sworn he said that in the movie. But they all managed to work together, and they all took down Steppenwolf. And I feel like even if Superman didn't show up, he wouldn't have beat up. He wouldn't have just destroyed Steppenwolf like he did in the first Justice League. So this movie is a real win. And hold on, we got two new characters in this movie as well. We got Ryan Choi, who eventually becomes the Atom in the comics. I know this because I am a comic nerd, if you couldn't tell. And Martian Manhunter. Man, it surprised me when he was Martha Kent. I was like, man, this is such a sweet moment. And I was like, oh, that's Martian Manhunter. You know? I feel like at the end of the movie, when Martian Manhunter just went to Bruce and told him, your parents would be proud, that hit me right at home, you know? That was just amazing. I hear some people say that scene's kind of awkward because Ben Affleck looks a little different and it's clearly reshot, but I just felt like that was very symbolic because, you know, he brought them all together. He has restored faith in humanity, and he atoned for his sins. And at the end of the movie, after they defeat Steppenwolf, this is there's a section called Epilogue. That was what I was just talking about. So after they defeat Steppenwolf, there's this moment where Superman like pulls Batman out of the I don't know what you call that, like steam plate, like that radioactive place where Steppenwolf had the boxes. He pulls Superman out of, or Superman pulls Batman out of there, and I think it's symbolic of how Superman pulled Batman out of the darkness, gave him hope. And I'm just sad we really won't get to see this movie trilogy anymore. They united. We got to see Barry go back in time. There's just no... Look, I really... I can go on a rant here for like 30 minutes, but this movie is amazing. Even if you're not a DC fan, even if you hate it, I feel like you should at least watch it once in your life. Okay? This is the real Justice League, in my opinion. I don't care about Joss Whedon's Justice League anymore. I think this should be canon. And yeah. That's my opinion. I give this movie a 9 out of 10. Some things were a little choppy. Well, not choppy, but some things were just executed not, like, great. It was all mostly good, though, and there were some really great moments. So, I say you guys should check this movie out. I give this a 9 out of 10, like I just said, and, yeah. That's my bat stamp of approval. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I'm the Dark Knight of Games, but this movie just hits me right at home. So, in a word, if I had to describe this movie in one word, I guess I would just call it amazing. Because that's what it is. It's amazing that we got this movie. It's amazing how good it is. And it's amazing how well it portrays these characters. So, I cannot recommend this enough. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of this movie. I know it may be a little unprofessional, you know, I'm just generally stating everything. But even if my review isn't that great, I just want you guys to know. You should check this movie out on HBO Max. For real. It's good. I can promise you that. For me, it was great. But it gets most things right. So, I hope you guys can enjoy the movie like I did. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.